As someone who has always loved subject matters, because, learning, it's fun. I was a kid. I didn't know or understand, and now I'm an adult, why people don't like learning. All subject matters, not just one. How do you not bring together the human, spiritual, and spirituality elements? These are subject matters to the 5D collective because we independently think we're not longing with our attachment system as human beings to be seen. So we get a thumbs up, thumbs down. Okay, we don't need to be seen so that we can feel soothed inside our body. And then we also don't need to have these ups and downs because we have that healthy self-worth, which is I'm alive and I'm not superior, inferior to you, and I am a differentiated self. So I have thoughts, feelings, and unknowns, unwanteds, unexpecteds. I have a subjective experience beginning the day whenever I begin to play with life. So on that note, here's where emotions, we love them, thoughts, love them too, subject matters, yep, that's why we use Mahasamadhi Samadhi. So we're not like, oh, it has to stay, but really it's because we're using the left and right brain, or the left mode, the right brain mode. And so all hands on deck, and we move towards integration. We don't really have the parts of our own inner child to stay separate. So we grow up, we uncharge them naturally. So saying our attachment system is not saying, oh, I need to be seen so that I can feel soothed in my body or safe and secure to be myself. Nope, I'm flawed. Oh, I'm imperfect. Yes, I'm a human 101. I'm a human baby. Means I'm going to have, I'm like so many things I could say, beginning with my physical appearance, which isn't in the standard, or my height or whatever. I'm not the average. So when you're not an average, automatically you're in the box of not average. So we all know what not average is. But when you have that healthy self-worth, it's like, so what are we going to do about it? Because it didn't really do like damage here, and our heart's a muscle too. So here's that other part about the attachment system, the whole longing. So from the inside, when you have a relationship with your emotional body through your mental body, you're going to be able to be pretty much aware of how the charges are and not to project them. Unlike the codependent types, who also, by the way, fall for the whole, what is it called? I forget. There's a word that some dude used when he was taught silverbacks. People want silverbacks. So there's going to always be cults, according to this analysis person. And he called it traditional culty cults and ethical cults. So the traditional ones, well, that can go a lot of ways. The culty cults, when people fall in love with people who have them call them master, I got to wonder. I'm like, wow, okay, you didn't think that was kind of odd, or you're going to this community. Some people, no, they actually are drawn to the silverback, as he points out, and a lot of other people have pointed that out to people, not just any people. They're researchers. So when people look up at a shiny object, they have low self-esteem. And that's because they don't have their attachment system in check. So they long to get into a secure situation. And so give me certainty. It's not the outside, it's the inside, the body. They don't create a relationship with the body, because the emotional body is what you're really needing to tend to first of all. And that's, oh, wait a minute, I'm looking up to some person or some subject matter as if it's going to actually, it's superior to me. Because see, you're looking up at something means you think it's superior. You know what has happened when people talk to people like me? How dare you disrespect some, it's like, what are you talking about? It's not, I don't understand your word, disrespect. Did I say fuck you to you? I didn't say that. I don't think I actually attacked your personality or something. You got a belief. I have my own beliefs. I don't really know this and that. Is it a belief? It's more of, I like to use my brain. You might not want to use it too much. You want to go ahead. Here's the floor, 2-year-olds. Because see, that's what happens once the low self-esteem individual begins to get pissy in their pants. It's something I've been used to. Now I'm a grown-up and I understand why, thanks to lovely mental health professionals. That's actually who allowed me to be like, wow, okay, I'm just a really mature, emotionally speaking person, and I know my worth. There's a lot of people that don't seem to understand their true worth, and they get really pissy in their pants. That's why they're not Zen masters of themselves. And let's get back to the culty cults. And so they fall in love with people who actually have them call them master. And then once they get out of the culty cults, you know what happens? And this has happened to me. There's your 4D collective, by the way. I reminded one of a variety of people who were in this group. I had heard of this person because another common friend had been like, yeah, they're affecting my family member. And I'm like, well, get a hold of your family members so they don't, spend buttloads of money on something that they don't really need to do that way. They're special just because they're human and not because they have some Lemurian past life or whatever. Like, that's great because I'm a mystic too, but we don't want to be, using our money in ways that are not necessary, since all of the people who are in this self-help, which I'm in, and the group help, it's really just helping each other to get to where we want to get. So there's no need to spend buttloads of money, but you know what people that love shiny objects do, right? So here's the adaptive child again. And the funniest part is they think of themselves as smart versus understanding that they get used money-wise and a lot of other things. I got my one plaque of shame once, and it was because of desperation, and I'll never forget it. It lasted a very short second or so, and then I was like humiliated. I was like, wow, you're really stupid. I was like, well, wait a minute. I was also desperate, and I fell for really good marketing, and that was one of the only times it ever happened because I am a marketer. And I do notice a thing or two about the whole quick schemes. They don't work. So apparently some people never grow out of falling for them. I don't really know how to answer that because I have too much respect and love for humanity and the infinite potential they have. So when somebody says they're smart, I'm going to be like, yeah, you're not really that smart. I'm just going to be a person who listens and then leaves it alone, because that emotional body is where most people don't tend to their attachment system. So they got a lot of things. Social, political, economical, financial. Go watch the world. They're all arguing because they don't know how to be grown-ups emotionally, meaning they don't know how to be truly self-worthy people, because apparently their subject matter has to be superior. There's a lot of other things that go behind it, but it's the same as what I was trying to get to, which is they stand in a body that is rigid, their body's not really participating that much because they haven't gone in depth. They haven't gone in depth on their actual emotions. And I'm trying to figure out how to explain this one, because your attachment system is yours and your brain is aware of it. Every person's aware of it. I mean, I was a teenager and people are like, oh, they broke up with me, and I'm like, there's more fish in the sea. I don't know why you're doing this. And now it's more like, why and how do you not notice that the group that you're dealing with is the same as another group and another group? And it's not about there not being unique differences, because of course every message resonates with someone, but it's the part of them not realizing no one's more special than another. And when you're doing the whole group thing, I was looking at this Netflix documentary, I'm going to have to keep watching it, where they talked about how tyrants become tyrants. And one of them is not only to believe in themselves, but to find that they are special and then to get whatever people blame, the resentment, whatever it is that you feel threatened by, to go grab that and then to actually spell out to you how they will win that battle. And here's our low self-esteem, indirect communication, passive-aggressive manipulation, no boundaries. Nope, this is codependent people. I'm going to change the world, and so I'm superior or a martyr. I'm going to take care of the world. And if I don't do it right, I'm going to blame. Now, this is where that part happens inside. The people on the outside, it doesn't really matter. The ones who are going to go and change the world in this way of being superior, they find people who, because they find the common resentment button. Oh, here's my pain point. Oh, that person talks about my pain point. Shiny objects, shiny object. Why shiny? Because if you know you have a pain point and you're not tending to it emotionally, you're not building your emotional regulation skills, which we get to talk about. And that's where taking actual ownership of your life as a human being is you learning how to feel seen, feel soothed, feel secure and safe in your own body. This is why secure person, we treat people with love and respect. We do not venerate subject matters or anything like that, or person. It doesn't matter who comes down. You're just another voice. That's pretty much straightforward. Oh, and we love the scientific methodology because it proves things. So one thing, there's no evil or demons in here. REM, it's actually something that helped our entire species to evolve in, the religious consciousness self. That, there you go, Patrick McNamara, he's awesome. So nothing gets taken over by anyone when your brain, it's actually a fear receptor. We'll talk a little bit more. I think I'll make a part 2. But in the meantime, if you don't tune back in, it was nice having you. And if you do, it's great having you. IHP community content on the podcast here, and more coming soon. So have a great day.